I do wonder, like, I wonder if, like, growing up, if I would have been myself, if I would
I've not cared.
had not cared.
So I remember putting candy in my pockets. They didn't want to buy me candy, so I put it in my pockets, and we wandered off throughout the whole store. And guys, they freaking followed us.
People are saying, it's because kids are being bullies. Like, my kid's being bullied. Yeah, but because if they see adults doing it,
Yep, they learn it from somewhere.
the kids are going to do it too. What is up, guys? My name is Eric.
And I'm Pete.
And welcome to your future favorite podcast. So, in today's video, we have quite a bit.
Special guest?
No. We do. We have special guest today is Chisme. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff.
She takes up a lot of space.
Definitely. So, it's been quite a week, I think.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like the week has gone by
super fast.
So fast.
I know.
Like I can't believe it's already Friday. I feel like we've done so much yet done nothing at all, which is so weird.
The daylight savings situation doesn't help at all.
I hate it. Honestly, I think
even if we wake up early, I feel like we don't get a lot accomplished because by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it's getting dark, and it feels like it's already later.
We should stay. They should keep daylight savings time, but with the previous time, like with the other time, because
prior.
It's like still light out. So, like right now, it's right now, meaning like in these days, by 4:30, we start getting the sun starts setting and all of that. It's like, what the heck?
As it is, guys, I'm always sleepy, so
yeah, he's
like,
always sleepy.
I think it's time to go to bed already. And it's 5 o'clock.
But I'm a nocturnal animal, so I don't sleep.
He's thriving now.
I guess I'll be awake. I'll fall asleep. Like last night, I went to bed. We went to bed because this time he took a little nap and then I don't know, somehow he woke up.
Yeah, we were literally watching a holiday Hallmark movie, which is really cute. But I need to finish watching it because I fell asleep maybe halfway through.
Mm-hmm. Like always.
Yeah, like always. And I mean, it doesn't help. I'm comfortable. He gives me dinner, and I'm here all cozy, full stomach, tired from a long day.
Literally,
yesterday was a long day.
This is him on the couch.
Yeah, and that's how I wake up with a really stiff, sore neck and afterwards.
Literally.
Anywho, yeah, I'm just like, I want to go to bed. And he's looking at me like, yeah, you already asleep for like 2 hours, but whatever. And he's doing, I don't know, God, what, around the house. And I'm like, okay, go brush my teeth, use the restroom, go to bed. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm on my phone. So, like, what time did we go to bed?
We went to bed like at 6:30.
I know, guys. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. On the sofa, he was still awake. I went to bed, supposedly.
And I was like, should we go to the gym? Should we go to breakfast or go to sleep?
No, you did not even bring up breakfast. You said, should we go to the gym? And I'm like, looking at you like, yeah, I don't think so.
He's like, if you would have brought up breakfast,
I would have said yes to breakfast, but not the gym.
I was ready to go to the gym so I could come back and sleep. But we still had some things to do because...
important things to do.
Yeah, we had some videos to up or to record. In case you guys haven't been watching our channel, we are doing Vlogmas for this month. So this episode is going to be part of the Vlogmas throughout the month, obviously, because Fridays are dedicated to our podcast. So this is day 6 of Vlogmas / Not Your Daddies. And I feel like I slept, I don't know, like 3 hours or so.
I don't know how long. No, because I woke up at like 10 or 10:30, and I'm like, oh my God,
I woke up around the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you not fall asleep right away?
Yeah.
I fell asleep and then you came to bed, right?
Yeah. So, no, yeah, well, you were, when I went to bed and you were still on your phone, I was like, okay, turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and mind you guys, I was actually doing work.
I
was editing videos for, in case you don't
TikTok,
follow
Instagram,
us,
YouTube.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and it's for my personal, my toy channel, our joint channel, our venue channel. So it's like an ongoing process.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing.
And then I'm the one who edits like all our videos, like our actual videos, and those take forever. So it's very frustrating for me, or it's like, oh my God, it's like I'm here forever. Then the one that I did last night, no, was it last night? The one before, I did it I edited it so late at night that I feel like I didn't do it right. So I had to, once I posted it, And I was like, oh my God, I have to go back and I have to cut off this like whole piece. It's like, I hate that because I'm tired, but at the same time, like I won't be able to go to sleep. Speaking of like the long week, let's talk about our highlight of the week.
Well, I'm going to start off with my low, like, because that came to mind right away.
I know. Then let me start off with my highlight of the week because no low points. Well, my highlight of the week was my niece had a dance halftime, or she's in a dance team, and they did a halftime show. Yeah, they did a shout out to the Cougarettes. Shout out to Aria. She did a halftime show. Like they did a halftime show. First of all, those who might know, I love my nieces. They're I love them to death, and I'm always trying to support. We are always trying to support everything like what they do, like as far as sports. Like we try to attend every single game, every single dance recital, every single show, everything. I think it just goes back to like when I was younger, like my parents weren't able to do it, so I want to be there for them. But we were there, and I was so surprised at how well she did. Not that she would do bad, but more in the sense that like I would have pictured them being
she's blossoming.
Yeah, I would have pictured her to be more.
Because if you were to see her, she's really, really pretty young lady.
Yeah,
we can't say little girl.
She's a preteen.
Yeah, she's a preteen. But she's not very girly in the sense of like, she's always in jeans, t-shirts. She's like more of a tomboyish vibe, like a skater girl kind of vibe. Or at least that's what I would consider her style. Mm-hmm. She's probably like, "Oh my God, stop talking about me."
Like a little punk.
Yeah, but then you see her in her cougarette vibe, and she's like,
Aria.
She's like her hair's done, and she never likes to have a ponytail. Her hair up. She always has her hair like down. And for the thing, for the in case you don't know, like dance world for kids or girls or whatever. They have to have like a specific hairdo and this and that.
The hair picked
and this is the first time that we saw her in like her. I think this is the first time they had those outfits, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, it is the first time they had these outfits, but I don't know if it's like a special occasion only or whatever. Anywho, she was like a completely different person, and she's so shy that we were like when we walked in, I wanted to be like the stage mom, but I was trying to not embarrass her. I was just like trying to be cool. I'm like, hey, let's take a picture over here. Let's take a little video over here, and it was like I took my 2 seconds like to take the opportunity and catch her off guard. She let us, and then I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be there like pestering her and then get her all frustrated.
But we did post that on, I think it was day three or 4 of the Vlogmas. But that's my highlight. Because of that, they're so reserved, her and her sister, my older niece Leah.
Mm-hmm. That older sister's way
more reserved. Leah, I would definitely not picture her doing that. But that's why I was so surprised. I saw her and I was like, I wanted to cry because I was like, oh my gosh. Like, she's just out there. She's a people person. She's a talker. She can kind of pick up a conversation with everybody. Mm-hmm. But just seeing her, like, I want to say, like, quote unquote, like on stage, it was just, it hit differently.
So everybody has like a better idea of what we're referring to in case you haven't seen the video or don't go watch that video. Here locally, we have our local
basketball team,
like minor league, I guess, basketball team. Mm-hmm. They're called the RGV Vipers, and it was at one of the stadiums, the Bird Ogden. It's a pretty big stadium. Like we've had Jennifer Lopez there and other big artists perform, so it's a big arena.
He mentioned Jennifer Lopez because that's the only one we went to.
Well, that's the one we went to, but I know that there've been other
a lot.
A lot.
It's an arena.
Yeah, it's a huge arena. So like you have an idea of what was going on. They had a pretty decent crowd show. I think it was on a Monday, so it was like their debut there at the thing. So at halftime, of course, their cheerleaders or their dancers performed for the team, and then the Cougarettes came out, and I was nervous for her. So I'm like, if she can perform in front of all these people, and there's such a big atmosphere environment, then she should have no problem performing anywhere else after this.
I know, yeah.
And she did really good. Honestly, I think the only thing that she needs to, not just her, but everybody in the team smiling. Like, I feel like smile. Like, you need to be smiling. And maybe just getting a little bit more comfortable with her body.
I'm going to carry some little thing of Vaseline. So before she goes on stage, I'm like, put some on your tape.
Yeah, that, and I think just in general, they're at a certain age where they're getting used to their body, so just so they're a little bit more comfortable because they do look a little stiff still.
Yeah,
but then again, I shouldn't talk because I'm like like a Tin Man.
Well, isn't this cutting the pot cutting the kettle black? Or something?
I'm a stage mom. I'm not a performer.
Those who can't do teach.
There you go. Exactly.
And then I guess you can talk about your low point first.
I mean, highlight has always kind of lately been the same thing, guys, which is good. Like, we did have a fun time going into it was something different for us, especially for us. Like, we'd always kind of have our same routine, so it was a little,
different
detour of the week in a good way.
Yeah.
And we've been really productive, like Eric said. But I think the fact that we've been so productive, it actually caused me to get, I think, a little stressed or tensed. That last Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, I woke up with a really stiff neck, and I was kind of having a tough time like getting rid of the stiff neck. But then the stiff neck turned into like a migraine, which I did not know at the time what that even was, because I've never had one that severe.
I get them all the time,
and it was so painful in the back of my head. I just felt like a throbbing, like I felt like somebody had hit me in the back of my head, and it wouldn't go away. And Eric was like, "It's a migraine." And I was like, "Okay." So like on Sunday, I started taking Excedrin, and it just, I feel like it helped for a bit, but it just wouldn't go away. And then on Tuesday or Wednesday, I just stayed at home trying my best to do anything. Like, I was trying to relax, sleep, lay down, sit up, stand up. Eric even got me like a little compression headband thing, or whatever for your head. And I was popping Excedrin. I could not get rid of it, and I was getting so frustrated. And then I ended up just calling our doctor, and he made an appointment. I made an appointment the following day. He told me that my blood pressure was higher than usual, so they kind of rearranged my medication and gave me something else for the pain. And I've been feeling a lot better since yesterday afternoon. Thank God, because I could not stand another day, and I feel like it was getting in my way of everything else because I was getting so frustrated just doing the simplest things. All of a sudden, my headache would start going away. So that, fortunately, that kind of clouded the whole week for me. I was just trying to do my best not to dwell on it, but I couldn't help it.
I was just keeping to myself because I know he felt, I guess I want to say sick with the migraine. And I know how it feels when you have a migraine. I just don't want anybody to talk to you. Just leave them alone. Like, leave me alone, because I get them constantly. And it gets me in such a bad mood when I have my migraine. So I just want to close my eyes and just lay there. And so I know when he had it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to, bother him, because I know how that feels. And I used to get them every single day, right? Like,
yes.
Like bad, bad.
I love him, but he is kind of moody. So like, I've always known just to kind of, he's like, excuse me? Breaking news.
Please, somebody who knows me, tell him he's lying.
But yeah, we kind of adapt to each other. So I know, like, just leave him alone in the mornings and all that good stuff. But when he would get his migraines, it was like a daily thing. And I'm like, oh my God, he's always in a bad mood.
He was tired of me.
Yeah, well, not tired of me, but I was like, oh my God, like, he's always in a bad mood. What the heck? But after not experiencing that situation with the migraine, I totally understand why he gets in his moods, especially getting them every single day. Oh, no. Like, I couldn't focus with one that lasted all those days. I was already off, like, getting, totally turning into a different person. But yeah, I'm just glad that our doctor's really good, and they were able to help me right away.
So your low point should be that the doctor was able to help you with.
That should be
your
highlight.
high point. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess it's all kind of intertwined, guys. I'm always all over the place.
My low point of the week has been, I feel, and this is so dumb, but I feel so frumpy this week.
That was so right.
Yeah, I feel so fat. Like, I feel like nothing fits me. I've been trying to post on my Instagram again, because I always do it for a while, then I stop, and I do it for a while, and I stop, and I try to post like fashion, quote unquote fashion, like outfit of the days or whatever. But yeah, but I feel so like horrible about myself, and it's not a good feeling. And I know, like, I'm very the type that, well, if you don't like it, do something to change it. If not, don't be complaining. But my God,
it's easier said than done.
It's just so bad. Like I feel so bad. I don't feel like I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like like what I don't know. I look at myself and I feel like okay, I'm gonna wear this outfit. It's gonna look good. I put on the outfit and it's like,
You feel
oh
super
my God, it
uncomfortable.
looks so. I don't like
And
it.
it'll mess with your head
Yeah.
and your mood and everything.
So all week I've been
I
feeling.
mean, in general, guys.
It makes me sad.
Uh-huh.
So that's been my low point. And I don't talk about it, or I haven't mentioned it to you, but I've been feeling so bad about it. That's why I'm always like, let's go to the gym and let's go to the gym. And this week I went to the gym by myself. I don't like it. I don't like going to the gym by myself. We work out together. We don't always do like the same things, but I know, he's there. And I hate going to the gym.
Oh, I think because you're messing with have your foot maybe there.
No.
Just in case. Just in case.
Oh. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just I need to change it, and it's a very horrible feeling, and that has been getting me in a bad mood. Like, just I feel so bad about myself.
And I always try to be the supporting spouse or encouraging him or something. But no matter what anybody says, no matter who they are, what they tell you to do, words of encouragement, it comes down. If you don't feel comfortable in your own skin or what you're wearing or whatever, then nothing's going to change that.
Yeah.
You can fake it till you make it, but in the back of your head or internally, you're kind of like just, defeated.
Yeah.
We've all had those bad days, but then when those one day turns into several days, it sucks because, it just starts messing with your
head.
Well, your
self-esteem.
Your self-esteem. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one quick thing to mention, one that you actually mentioned that I posted this on my story yesterday. It was Ariana Grande. She was having an interview with some influencer or something. Anywho, the influencer asked her, and she was with Cynthia Erivo, and the influencer asked her how she deals with like beauty standards for women because they're so difficult, something around that nature. And she responded, and she was specifically asking Ariana Grande because of her Ren Beauty line and whatever.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And she said that it took her a long time to realize that she just tries to block out all that noise, anything that's like negative. She's really tried hard to block out because that ever since she was like 16 or whenever she started, that she's heard it all. Through the internet, in person, whatever, people in the entertainment business. She's too skinny. She's too fat. She needs to fix this. She needs to fix that. Whether what you're wearing, all of everything superficial. So
Her BBL.
Yeah. So she says that she's been through it. She's over it. She doesn't care what people say anymore because she says she'll try to fix one thing, and she overdid it or whatever. Whatever that may be, like lips or hair or whatever. And she's like, and not even just people in the media or in the internet. She's like, you go to and she specifically said, you go to a family function, for example, Thanksgiving, and you're going to have that grandma who makes that comment. Well, what's wrong? Look at you. Why are you so skinny? Or, oh my God, you're so fat today.
I think it shouldn't be normal. I don't know that it's normalized because.
And then what she said, that shouldn't be it's not something you should accept from anybody.
Yeah, because the older people, people in their 50s, 60s, boomers, I guess. Oh my God, they have no filter and they think that they can just say whatever they want without, like, maybe in their head it's like
not doing
nothing.
Any harm.
But the way they say it, it's like, oh my God. And then especially Hispanic moms or Hispanic people, it's like, ay, estás bien gordo. Ay, estás bien flaco. Ay, te ves bien acabado. It's like,
yeah, like unnecessary comments. Or, y la novia o el novio. It's like all these things like,
ya no comas tanto. Or it's like anything. Like, I feel like the way they say things, it's like, it's not okay. Like, it's not okay. And people need to tell them that it's not okay for them to say it. Always, I feel like some people will be like, ay, es que ya está viejo. Like, they're already older. Like,
it's not an excuse, guys.
Like, just leave them and no. It's definitely not an excuse because it shouldn't be normalized. It shouldn't be okay for them to say it.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what she was saying. Like, in general, not even just being a celebrity, just a normal person going to things like that. So she says that if you don't feel comfortable going to a family reunion, then don't go. Because if that's gonna like mess with your energy or anything, to just avoid it. If you're gonna be surrounded by people, just in the general situation, just avoid anybody who's negative. You don't need to be around it. And one other thing that I kind of just hit me that some other celebrity said in an interview. It was like a mental health situation that I was watching a clip, and they said, you waste your time, you waste your energy worrying about people who don't even care about you when they don't even bother to waste their energy thinking about you or something like that. And it's like, it's true. Like we all worry about like, I wonder what they're going to think. Like, do you really,
who cares?
Who cares? First, who cares? Easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
But like that person isn't even going to blink an eye at you or whatever. So they're going to still keep on hating you regardless of whatever you do right or wrong. So just keep doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I used to care a lot. Growing up, I used to care a lot about what people said. I tried to, and especially I guess being gay, I tried to not act so gay, or tried not to act so feminine, or tried not to hang out with like other gay people or like girls too much, or just try to be not myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not super flamboyant. I don't think But but I do. I mean, I see myself. I know. I have like I'm feminine in some aspects. But I do wonder. Like, I wonder if like growing up, if I would have like been myself, if I would
have not cared.
Had not cared. Like if I would be the way I am now. Like I feel like
if you would have came out the same way either way.
Yeah.
Or more feminine, I guess. Or
yes, more feminine. Like if I would have. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if I would have. I wonder if like before, if I wouldn't have tried to act, not so gay, if I would have embraced it more and been even more feminine than I am, now.
I always wonder that
about
too.
I think about that a lot, and I'm like, I mean, I don't see myself being like super feminine person, but I mean, I'm not a super masculine guy, but now I don't care. Whatever I do it. Nobody has the right to tell me what to do, and if they do, I have a voice. Lord knows, Pete knows, I have a voice to defend myself and to defend anybody. And I have this saying all the time that I say, "Todos me la," and I do that. I say it all the time, and I tell it to everybody, and it's true because todos me la pan. So
yeah, you're right. I think that was the same growing up. I mean, I've become more comfortable with myself in general. Especially because of social media, now that we're doing so much, posting videos and this, slowly become more comfortable with being in front of the camera, talking, especially doing the podcast and for my toy accounts, in case anybody wants to know.
I know. I think we're
me slowly coming out of my show. I feel like when he's on camera, he's like camera ready, and me, I take a while to warm up. And
I wasn't, but it took me a while.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have that in common where we kind of found ourselves in the sense that we met because we're so socially awkward individually, and then together we're socially awkward together. So we kind of have we're like our own little bubble, but we understand each other. Like we know what we like. We have the same likes and dislikes, and I feel like that's why God put us together.
I give so much credit to people who show up anywhere and you can just like
they're ready. It's like boom.
Yeah, they just like walk up to anybody and start making a full conversation.
I know.
And I have such a hard time doing that.
Jerry's like that. My brother-in-law. Oh my God,
he's definitely like that.
He's like one of the people that I would be like, okay, I want to be like that because he can just spark a conversation
over
with anybody.
I feel.
And then we have a friend, his name's René. He will do that the same thing. But
I think even more than René than Jerry. Because he'll I mean, because of his job, I feel like he needs to be having that. But he has a good personality. He can just make conversation and go and go and go.
To learn from somebody, it would be like them too, in the sense of like be out there.
Yeah.
We try. We try. We try to be friendly.
I think it's like we get in our heads about stuff, or at least I get in my head about things. Then I kind of like don't let myself. I guard myself around other people I don't know.
Like we'll get invited to parties or whatever, and it's like with people that we don't know, or aside from the people who invited us, and it's like we're trying to make conversation with strangers, and but at the same time, I feel like people will look at us like, oh yeah, like these
weird
guys, they're so weird. Yes, and then
they're so awkward.
I'm specifically talking about like the one party specifically because I feel like we didn't really fit into the party. And do you know who?
Yes.
Who? Say it.
No, I'm not gonna say what I know you're talking about.
And I felt like we were there.
And we're not drinkers, so
Yeah, we're not drinkers.
I could be a drinker. I used to be a fun drinker, I think, and go out to parties all the time and this and that. But I've obviously cut down on that, and I don't mind it. Like I don't care, and I could easily have a couple drinks, but I don't want to get like too crazy because I could be like settle down. I get a little too wild, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, he does, and I don't drink. Period. Not I don't drink. Period, but I don't drink. I'll drink like one and that's it. But unless like we're here at home and I want like a beer, sometimes it'll be super hot outside and I'm like, oh, I really want a beer, but that's it.
He'll like grab one and just chug it. I'm like, looking at him like,
that's
what
it.
the hell?
But I'm not a drinker. I'll drink whenever we make videos of like making drinks. I like doing that. I like making the drinks and all of that. And I'll enjoy that. But I don't like drinking like at parties and stuff. I never actually did. And that'll actually be a topic in one of our future podcast episodes and the reason why I don't drink. But yeah, I kind of don't. So I think maybe that's why I'm so socially awkward because a lot of people are the parties that we go to, like everybody's always drinking and partying and like,
they're like being wild. Well,
and
quote unquote wild. And we're just kind of like,
yeah. And I'm not used to it. I'm very like,
it's like being around, you're the sober person being around a bunch of other people that are drinking. So you don't fit like the vibe. And, and if you're not naturally just,
groovy,
quote unquote cool, then you kind of you stick out like a sore thumb, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it is for me.
Now throw me in a group where like you're talking about Harry Potter, Disney, pop culture, movies, anything like that doesn't involve drinking, then I'm like down to clown.
I'm down to clown. I'd still be awkward.
Yeah, that too.
So for today's I Am the Asshole little segment or section, do you want to go first or me go first? You go first.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay, so we have 2 stories, one each. Let me see if I have mine while you're reading yours.
This one says, am I the asshole for not moving out of the way while getting off the plane for a tantrum-throwing child? Not mine. Everyone knows the joy of deplaning after a long Thanksgiving weekend. This flight was 4 hours long, and understandably, when we reached the gate, everyone was ready to deplane. I was in an aisle seat, so I stood up to get my bag from above, as did the gentleman across from me and those in front of me. A mother with 2 kids, maybe 3 and 4 years old, behind me let both of them crawl over their seats and join both her and her husband in the aisle as well, which made things very crowded. The youngest crammed himself between me and his sister and started throwing an absolute tantrum, pushing his sister, yelling at his dad who was trying to pick him up, saying, "Let me go. I hate you, Dad." To which his mom replied in a sing-song voice, "We don't talk to Daddy that way, blank insert kid thing." The people in the aisles behind this mess moved back to their seats to make room for the little girl he was pushing back, and the mom, in a much sterner voice than what she used with her tantrum-throwing child, asked me, "Can you please move your body out of his way?" At first, I assumed she was talking to her husband because he was crammed in the aisle too. But when she said it again and tapped my shoulder, I realized she was talking to me.
I'm taking off my earrings if that would be me.
I would have gotten so fussy already. I couldn't move forward because there were people in the row ahead of me grabbing their bags, and I still needed to get my bag down as well. Meanwhile, the kid is still screaming, so I simply said, "I'm sorry, I need to get my bag," to which she responded, "Well, your butt is in his face." At this point, I wasn't going to sit back down in my seat and accommodate her family of 4 crowding into the aisle. So I stayed, grabbed my bag, and deplaned. Am I the asshole for refusing to move out of the way?
Hell no. I hate tantrum children. I mean, every kid's going to throw a tantrum every now and on, but this is the parents' fault because parents don't do anything about the kids throwing a tantrum, and then they'll come.
We've seen this
Brandon,
repeatedly over and over
all the time.
And I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. It sounds
at our business.
At stores, anywhere.
I know we try to record at stores, do like little reviews or whatever and little hauls. And there's always a kid throwing a tantrum right next to us and the parents don't say anything. It's like, take them to the car, give them a freaking spanking. But yeah, that mom and at least the dad, I feel like the dads, they never say anything.
They never
They're
say
like,
anything.
just let the moms take care of everything. Hell no.
For some reason, guys, just kids like get attracted to me. I'm a kid magnet. Like I say hi, and then they just start with the whole conversation,
Yeah.
and then it goes and it goes and it goes, which is perfectly fine.
It's like he has like this aura about him. Like the kids are just they're
Drawn to me.
They're so drawn to him for some reason.
And it's like sometimes when we're doing photography or at work or whatever, and I'm like, I can't really talk to you, like I'm working. But
like,
anywho,
get away.
I love kids. You know, I respect everybody's kids, but I just don't really understand the generation now. I say now, meaning like millennials of our age and younger, have just let their kids dominate. Like they don't discipline them. They don't tell them anything. They get offended when you tell their kids something after, let's say, for example, we see a kid knock something over after we've already, something that they just knock something over, and you tell them like, "Hey, don't do that." Whatever,
And the
whatever.
parents giving you that
and
face,
the parents
like,
just like let them. They're watching it compete. They're repeatedly just pushing something over and over and over and over and over again until it finally knocks over down or whatever. They break it, and somebody tells them something, and then they get offended. Like they look at you like, "Don't be telling my kid anything." It's like,
Yeah.
well, if you would have told your kid not to let that go a long time ago, they wouldn't have dropped it. But it's just things like they don't discipline them. They let them talk back to them. They let them just run their lives. However, and I totally understand letting kids be independent and finding their way. That's totally not the same thing as just letting the kids flat out doing whatever the heck they want to do. And we have a lot of situation with kids, I'm just going to say like our neighbors.
yeah,
Their kids are horrible.
they're so bad.
They're so bad. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I just feel like millennials and back, we would always get spanked. I mean, maybe I've got spanked like once or twice when I was young, but I'm not saying that you have to go violent on it, but you need to be a little bit sturdier with kids. And
stricter with
them. Like I just don't understand.
I feel like right now it's like grounding them. It's like, I'm going to take away their iPad. It's like, spank that kid.
Yeah,
and
I'm sorry. I totally
their iPad.
approve and whatever discipline to a limit.
Yeah. Spanking, not abuse. Like,
Yeah, not abuse.
Okay, my turn is, am I the asshole for fat shaming my brother's girlfriend? Let me just higher the volume and put on my glasses because homie is blind. It says, am I the asshole for fat shaming my brother's girlfriend? There's been a recent TikTok trend of couples filming a video where the boyfriend picks up the girlfriend. My brother's girlfriend has been wanting to do it for a while, and he initially didn't want to.
For a reason.
He didn't bring it up, but I think it did have to do with her weight, as she's heavier than him, and I think he didn't want to make her feel bad by not being able to pick her up. Oh, then, yeah. She insisted and he finally agreed, but when they filmed the video, he wasn't able to lift her. She immediately started berating him and saying he was small and weak and needed to go to the gym so he is able to pick her up.
Girl.
I know. First of all, I told her she shouldn't belittle my brother like that, and she said that she's just telling the truth, that if he can't lift a girl, then he's weak. I pointed out the truth in this case is that he's perfectly normal weight, and she's more than the cause of him not being able to pick her up. He's 5'10" and weighs 150. She's 5'3" and weighs 180. She called me fat shaming asshole and left. And a lot of her friends are telling me now that I'm an asshole too for body shaming her. I don't think that is fair. Am I the asshole? Not in this case. Normally, without reading it, I would have been like, "Oh my god, like you don't fat shame people." But I mean,
she was literally being a bully.
She's body shaming her boyfriend for not being able to lift her. I mean, let's be honest. Pete's not going to be able to lift me. Like
he jokingly tells me something like, "Come on, babe." I'm like, and he know when I give him the face, I'm like, "Bruh, come on."
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, it's no. I mean,
if I could, I would, but I can't.
Your own weight. You know your partner's limitations, your own limitations, and of course not. And of course, if he's going to defend his brother, that's definitely the way I would have done it too. I'm sorry, but yeah.
And then, I mean, if that's exactly the way they said it, I don't know about the tone or whatever, but the words, it was just being black and white, like it's the facts.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now, if
but
he called her a big fat blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah,
no, that's different.
that's rude.
That's different.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, what does she expect? Like, why doesn't she try to lift him up?
Exactly.
Like, if you can lift him up, then he should be able to lift you up.
I try lifting you up, but okay, I would like to do the what's it called?
Yeah, the flash dance. Right?
Yeah.
Or is it flash dance?
No.
No.
I don't remember, but the flash is with Jennifer. The other one, that one. Dirty
Time
Dancing.
of my yeah,
Dirty
there you go.
Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Close enough.
Close enough. It's both in the dirty.
Same genre.
I wouldn't expect you to try to lift me up. I mean,
She's being dumb.
she is. She is being
She needs to be realistic.
dumb. Have you heard of the whole TikToker chick who got arrested?
You
for,
told me about that.
like going to Target and
at first I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
So I had seen. I think it was like way before.
Well,
like
so just before you start off, when he showed me like whenever he was watching like a TikTok, like the report or whatever,
yeah.
and I'm like, "Who's that crackhead?" Because she looked like completely cracked out.
Yeah, but and, you look at her TikTok and it's a whole
She's a catfish.
it's a whole thing, like aesthetically.
Mhm.
We all
She's the whole
everybody
life.
does it. Yeah. So the video that I saw, she was getting arrested. She was getting arrested at Target because they caught her. I think it was over 500 stuff worth of merchandise, and she was like doing the fake.
She has like a fake barcode, guys. She was like
fake
being
barcode.
all out.
Mind you, we were discussing this at I think it was Walmart or whatever, and Pete's like, she should have done this and this and this, and while we were at the register, I was like, don't be saying that, they're gonna think you're stealing.
Yes, I was like,
I was like,
"Whoops."
shut up. I know. I was like,
And she was like,
or
self checkout.
yeah, or
So-
like, or she shouldn't have done it at all. But
And he was looking at the camera.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
you shouldn't have done it at all, right, Pete? But I think she's so. I mean, that first of all, that's so dumb. If you're an influencer, quote unquote, she's an influencer because she has like 450,000, 400 and something
she's like
thousand
a ton of followers.
followers. I think that's so crazy.
How
And
embarrassing.
it just comes to show how you don't know the people you're following,
Mhm.
like, or you don't know the people on social
Everybody
media
just shows you
and the life
a
that
genre.
they're showing,
Yeah.
and it's so crazy because all this time I thought I was like, well, the one that I showed you was the second time. I thought that I thought it was part of the first time, but it's not. The second time she got arrested was because they didn't arrest her there. They actually saw the cameras, like they were looking
Afterwards.
at the cameras. They I guess they identified her. They saw her. They went to go pick her up. Like they
Yeah.
they
Because
went
when
to
you
go
showed
get
me,
her.
she was getting arrested at her house.
Yes.
Call my lawyer. And I don't know
Yeah,
what. And then
so-
she said something to the husband. What was it?
I told you, like, so the husband knew. Like,
Yeah, like
she
kind
doesn't
of
like something-
insinuating
I
that
knew.
I told you I was going to get caught.
Yeah, that
or
is
they would
so
catch
crazy.
him or something.
Like,
But
like,
she should have had him do it, so
Yeah.
that way she's the face of her brand. if
and then
you
the
wanna
first
call
time that she got arrested, she was with her kid, I think, and her husband. So can you imagine getting arrested in front of your
Again,
kids? It's
twice.
like that for like, and this is
The
like in the
same
matter
thing.
of like weeks, and like, you're doing the same thing at the same place. Like, that's so dumb. And then I was reading, and then she had gotten arrested in 2023, I think, or 2022 at Walmart for doing the same thing.
My
Like,
God,
that's a
this
Walmart thing
shows
to do,
you
not a Target thing to
no
do.
matter
girl.
your status, how much money you're making, because she's making money,
Yeah.
like on whatever social media platform she's
Yeah.
getting. She can afford what she's buying, but like, why the hell are you gonna risk your reputation and everything you're quote unquote working for what? Like, what's the
Well,
point?
the first one that she did was get ready with me. She did a whole get ready with me to go to Target,
but I'm saying like
whatever.
she could have afforded
And then-
to pay for
yeah,
it. She just chose
she
not
could
to.
have, and then it's like, or if let's say you can't afford it, and you want to do the whole aesthetic thing or whatever, girl, fake it, buy the stuff, and then return it. But a lot of people that they want the life and they want to have everything, and I don't know.
They want to
if
have a
you're-
life without paying for it.
Yeah, if you're klepto, is that like when you're stealing, or is that the fire one? The klepto? Yeah, I think she's probably a kleptomaniac.
I mean, that
Have
could
you
be a
ever
thing.
stolen anything? Shoplifted anything?
Yes.
What did you steal?
I must have been like 6 or 7. I was like young, guys, and we were living in Michigan. we went to a grocery store called Harding. I think it was Harding's. It's like a HEB over there. And I remember it was
it's a grocery store.
It's a grocery store.
Yeah.
I remember it was my mom, myself, and my sister, and I think either my brother or my dad, but I think it was my brother. It was definitely my mom and my sister. We had gone to the grocery store, and I remember specifically, and I think some stores don't have that, like the little bins with the candies that you like scoop them out and you weigh them by the bag and you buy them by the
they
pound.
don't have that anymore, but they used to.
They used to, right? I don't think so. I think they have that.
You're probably the reason they don't have it anymore.
Right. So anyways, we walked by we were getting groceries and we walked by the candy. And I remember, I don't know how much I must have taken, enough for them to freaking follow us to the So I remember putting candy in my pockets. They didn't want to buy me candy, so I put it in my pockets and we wandered off throughout the whole store. And guys, they freaking followed us. Like the manager, somebody followed us to the car and told my mom and my sister, like, they turned around like, yes, can we help you? And they're like, oh, we need to bring you in and show you, like, your son stole something. And then my mom, I remember her saying, like, pinche huerco, ¿qué hiciste? And they took us to, like, the back room and showed her on camera, like, I guess not to accuse me automatically.
Yeah.
And then they had to take I took the candies out of I'm assuming, like, little flashbacks, took the candy out of my pocket and I got in trouble for it. They didn't do anything besides just get me in trouble with my mom.
He says he was 6. He's probably like 15.
No, I was young, guys. I mean, I didn't know any better, but yeah, I stole candy. I think that's all I've ever stolen.
One time,
I get too paranoid, guys, to be honest.
This is so bad, but I one time almost stole. I would have gotten away with it, but my mom caught me. I stole a Walkman. Like a CD.
This guy. He shoved it in his pants.
Did.
Oh my god.
I did.
From where? From Walmart?
From Walmart.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
and guys, I'm trying to get a sponsorship with Walmart. This guy's over here burning us.
Now I'm a Walmart creator. So I had asked my mom for like a CD player, like a little, the Walkman CD players, and she said no. And
fine, I'll get it.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you don't, I will. So she said no, and then my cousins at the time they used to live with us, right? So one of my cousins, he's a bad influence. One of my cousins was like, well, someone just take it, put it in your pants. Blah, blah, blah. I was gonna see it. And before we used to wear like really like baggy pants and then like really baggy shirts, and then but that was like because they used to have it like in like those hard plastics, like the see-through plastics, and you kind of
it's so hard to open up.
The one,
you need like scissors.
Yes, those they're the ones that look like you can rip open, but they're like sealed on the sides. So it was like that. So it was like it looked like a triangle, right? So it was flat. It was flat on top, and then the bottom it was like more open because it had the headphones on in the bottom, right? So I put it like in my pants, and I put it like going down, right? So
the fat part sticking.
The fat parts. It wasn't even sticking up, but yeah,
it was up and like the triangle. You flipped it over.
Nobody saw it. Nobody noticed. We were walking to the car. We got to the car, and my mom was like, "¿Qué tienes ahí?"
Like, mi suegra.
Nothing. She's like, "Take it out."
You should have been like, "What is pervert?"
It? I was like, "Don't look at me." And she's like, "What did you steal?" And I was like, "Nothing, Mom. I didn't steal anything." She's like, "Get it out." And I think she thought it was like a candy or a toy or something. It was a big old Walkman. I was like, "Girl, just wait. I was going to go back to get some CDs."
Well, you didn't get it from me. It's your fault.
And then she's like, she made me go back. She made me go back and turn it in. She made me go back and turn it in. She comes back and she's like, well, instead of asking me for it, you could have asked me. I was like, I did ask you.
Oh my God.
I think I was like 13 because I wanted a No Doubt.
Shout out to Gwen Stefani.
You make me a troublemaker, no doubt. But yeah, I wanted a No Doubt CD, and I didn't have anything to play it in, and I was.
Wait, did you have the CD?
Not yet.
Oh my God, that was next on the list.
That was next on the list, probably. But yeah, that was my time.
Oh my God.
And that's the reason I am not in jail. But yes, I blame my cousins because they were a bad influence. But That's
too funny.
That,
Eyes are burning.
that's funny how it was from your little to
Scary.
mine. That's crazy. We're gonna jump right in to our topic of the day.
Which kind of has to do with what a little bit of what we've been talking about throughout.
Yeah.
Unknowingly.
It's adult bullies, and I want to say it'll probably tie in with like kid bullies too. I'm just gonna take off my glasses again.
Well, it starts off with bullying as a child.
Yeah.
Being bullied as a child.
But adult bullies are horrible, and right now, in this day and age, it's been excessive, like on the internet especially. I think everybody thinks that it's okay to bully people or to any little thing is like we're gonna record, post, and have everybody make fun of you, and that's horrible because people might not think how much it affects somebody, and it'll affect them. It will affect them in so much in the sense where you don't know what that person is actually going through. You don't know if the
they
person
could already
is
be going through a hard time as it is.
Yeah, like depression. Thoughts of suicide or whatever. And there can be like that. That one thing can push them
Sets them off
over the edge, and I feel like it's just happened so much on the internet mostly because I feel like they're cowards.
Yeah.
I mean,
they wouldn't say half the stuff that they post
exactly
to your face.
Yeah, because
they know that they're gonna
get their ass whooped.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times people are saying, it's because kids are being bullies. Like my kid's being bullied. Yeah, but because if they see adults doing it,
they learn it from somewhere.
The kids are going to do it too. I mean, what can you expect from the kids when the adults are doing it? And I hate it when kids do it. I honestly do because I don't want to say I was bullied. I was
more
picked
teased.
on. I was picked on and bullied by one specific person. But when throughout middle school and elementary, but I know how it is like as a kid. As an adult, nobody does it. Not to me at least, because I learned. But I see people doing it to other people, and it's like, what the heck, man? Like, why?
I really don't see the point in it now. Well, ever. Obviously, it's never a good thing. But as a kid, you don't know any better. But it's also the parents' responsibility to teach them. Like, if you see your kid being a jerk, tell them something.
Yeah.
It's not okay. But if they see you acting that way to everybody else,
they're going to think
it's okay. And that's the way it's going to keep going. There's always like a cycle of
and the cycle will continue.
Personalities, actions, whatever. But yeah, I feel like as a child, I honestly don't specifically remember any moments of being teased or bullied. Maybe, and that's one thing that I still kind of suffer with or like fight internally with. I was always teased because I had really a squeaky voice, and not like I have a really deep voice now. So that's why I always had an issue wanting to go on film and record, and I got over it. I'm getting over it a little bit. But yeah, I was always kind of like teased about that growing up, and even in middle school and high school, just little comments here and there or whatever. But it wasn't anything like enough for me to feel bad and stay home. So I'm blessed in the sense I've never really got bullied or teased, or at least not majorly, or at least not enough to affect me where I'm going to remember it.
Yeah.
But I do think as adults now, like Eric said in the day and age, everybody, not even adults, kids still, like kids will post things about adults, and it's like a cycle. Yeah. Everybody attacks everybody. Everybody bullies everybody. Everybody thinks it's okay to make comments about stuff. And even yesterday, I think I told Eric, oh my God, I was reading a comment about Drew Barrymore posted something on her story her Instagram for her show about a clip with Ariana Grande once again, where she presented her with the Glinda wand, just kind of like cool, whatever. There were so many comments there, guys, and some people were like, geez, like everybody's drinking the haterade. Oh my God, why is everybody being a hater? Oh my God, like, but everybody was making a comment like, oh God, did she cry again? Oh God, this, oh God.
I know people complain about everything. And everything bothers them. Like everything, it's like what is it about your life that's so miserable that you have to complain about everybody else's life? Like it takes a lot more energy, I feel, to
make comments,
be
and then
that.
it lingers in you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes we get in moods and we start like talking crap, and we always have to be like, okay, you know what? Like, why are we complaining about this? Doesn't affect us, whatever. And we learn to like kind of just linger down, because once you do it so often, oh my god, it's so, you feel so drained. And
it's very draining.
Feel really drained
whenever
I'm having like a vent session and complaining about stuff. And then I just think like,
but here's the thing: when we vent,
it's to ourselves.
We don't bully. Like we don't, we're not bullying somebody. We're venting to each other about a situation.
Yeah.
So that's different rather than doing the whole bullying.
Well, I'm saying it as in the sense like, can you imagine the energy it gives? Like the energy, how drained you feel just doing that. Can you imagine constantly bullying somebody, like that energy? Like, I don't know if people get off on it.
So crazy. And I feel like, I mean, it happens in everywhere age group, I guess. And people say it gets better.
It doesn't.
And let me tell you, it doesn't get better because, at least not anymore. Before, you could say it does get better, and maybe it did, but it doesn't, because now as an adult, the adults are like they're in high school again, or like in middle school again, because they act the exact same way or worse. My niece once mentioned, they used to be in my YouTube videos a lot when I have my own channel, and they used to be in those a lot, and now the older one will not be in it. She will not be in any of my videos, but because she says that kids in school will bully people watching the videos, like those and she'll tell me like this will happen like on TikTok, that'll happen on Instagram, YouTube. There's this girl that she knows that used to do YouTube videos, and she used to be friends, and I don't know whatever happened with them, but she used to do I guess makeup tutorials, and she stopped. She deleted her channel because they were making fun of her because of that. And I feel like, why do you guys not know like how much influencers make? If they were smart, because they're so young, they could start
off now
building your own little empire. And I think that little girl would have done good. And I do feel bad whenever she says it. I don't know. I've met the little girl like twice, and for some reason I feel bad about that situation where it's like, why would you bully somebody for doing what they like? It's so dumb. My niece, the other one, she doesn't care. She'll post whatever.
Yeah.
She wants to be an influencer. That's her goal, I think. But
I just, we all live and learn. And I think when you're in a certain age, like let's say young kids, young teenagers and all that, it's easier said than done. You can tell them like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're still going to worry about it. They still have self-esteem issues. They have whatever, all that stuff. And it continues as an adult. Like we all suffer through it at some stages, high or low. But my point is, it's funny because people will hate on you for trying to do something that you care about, whether it's makeup, art, music, dancing, whatever, anything. Yet they're at home doing nothing, like not even trying to make a attempt of filming because they think it's lame or this and that. Well, then you know what? Just they're trolls.
They're behind their computers or behind their phone trolling people.
Yeah, and it's just like it's so funny because you're hating on somebody for trying to do something. Well, at least they're trying to do something rather than just not and being a hater.
Earlier I said that I don't care what people say about me, and for the most part, I don't. People will say and whatever, and I'm pretty sure people, everybody. But that's the main reason why I haven't tried to post a video of like doing like glam makeup. I love makeup. I love like everything. Like I have like makeup palettes and eyeshadows and everything, and I always say I'm gonna make a look and I'm gonna practice this and I'm gonna take classes, I'm gonna watch videos and this so I can post a video, or I can do like something just like full glam. But the adult bullying is what stops me to do it from doing it, because I have everything to do it. I don't have the balls to do it because I'm afraid of the people making fun of me. So I will I will post. And I have before, like I'll post like a video of doing like natural photography makeup where it's like, obviously no eyeshadow, no nothing, just like very natural look. I will do
The
that.
makeup, no makeup
And
look.
even posting that one, when I posted it on my channel, even posting that one, I was very, very I was hesitant. I was very hesitant to do it because I didn't know how people were going to take it, and what they were going to think of me or whatever. But I posted it, and I was fine. But it was the full glam makeup that I wish I could do. That you know what, I'm going to post a full glam, and whatever, I'm going to learn, but I don't have the balls to do it because of that, because people will make fun of you, like, and not only make fun of you, they'll make clips of you and make it go viral.
Yeah, that's
like,
the thing now.
Like,
the
it's like,
age we live in, you post something and it's on there forever, regardless if you delete it a minute later and you have your little hater troll that saved it, screenshotted it, whatever. It's there and they can do whatever they want with it.
yeah, yeah.
There's no restrictions.
And once it's on the internet, it's out there forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I will do it one day. I'll take one of those, makeup classes, which I've always wanted to do. But and those who know me know, growing up, I always loved makeup. I always loved doing hair. That was the flamboyant part of me. And I used to do my sister's makeup, my mom's makeup, all of my friends' makeup, and their hair and everything. So it's always been a thing for me. It wasn't where something. Oh, I just all of a sudden like doing it because I saw it online or influencers.
Or even if you did, you liked it.
Yeah, but
you weren't doing it to be fake about it.
Yeah, no, like, it's something that I've always liked, but I've always been scared to do it because of that. So screw you, bullies.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because bullying will affect people in so many ways. Stop them from wanting to do something they really care about doing. Harm them in the sense of, like, they already feel low and down for whatever reason behind the screens or whatever, and one comment just leads down to a well of problems for that person. And I mean, we've seen so many celebrities or influencers or something, like, commit suicide because they were being bullied, and or the pressure of this and all the comments that were being affected. And you would think, some people are just saying, because I've said it before, like, well, then just don't be online. Yeah, but when it's so hard, it's easier said than done. And regardless, even if they were offline, but they already saw the damage of whatever comments were being said or whatever was being posted, they already saw it and they logged off. But it's still in the back of your head.
And people think it's just so easy.
Brush it off.
Yeah, people think it's so easy to just say something online, and that someone might take it as a grain of salt or whatever. I'm just gonna criticize somebody and leave it at that, when in reality they don't know how much it actually affects the person that you're seeing, whether it's a celebrity or not.
Yeah, regardless.
Because,
family member, friend,
people
whatever.
think that it's free range. Like, I'm online and I'm just gonna say whatever I want and I don't care. And people do that. I read it all the time. So I'm always in there trying to fight the bullies online because I like to fight, and so I'm always commenting back on people who try to bully other people, because other people, I mean, there's a lot of reactions that they get where it's like people agreeing, or it's like, what
they just piggyback off those bully comments, and it's so stupid.
Like,
and it's always the people that have the user 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 with no profile picture, no post, no nothing. They literally have the account to be trolls and just hate on everybody. And they're stupid.
They're dumb. They're dumb. And it's funny because some people that were bullies and as kids will grow up and be bullies as adults. It's so
because
sad.
They have like that hate, that defense.
My
rather
mom,
than just like be happy and move on. They dwell on it. My
mom always has this story, and then that's like a perfect example of when being bullied as a kid sticks to you. She's gonna be. Well, yeah, she turned 63 this year. She talks about a bully that she had in elementary, middle school. I think even high school, she was bullied in high school, and
it's by the same girl. Right?
And she, till this day, when she talks about it, she wants to cry, or she cries because it's been so many years and it still affects you. So you don't know how bullying someone can affect somebody's life, like, and throughout the years. And it's so sad because the the bully that bullied me as an adult, I see him now. I've seen him several times. Coincidentally, his brother had like an event at our venue, and I see the guy, and it's like, holy, like, I mean, now he tries to say hi or whatever. He probably doesn't even remember that he bullied me. But he bullied me.
That's the sad part. Some people, some of them don't even remember you.
And he'll act like whatever because we're adults, but to me in my head, I'm still like, I hate you because you were like bullying me. You would bully me so bad, and people thought it was funny. So one time, I don't know, like a few years ago, on Facebook, I shared something in on it was like a shared post, and then I put a caption, and I said, being bullied in. I remember being bullied in elementary, blah blah, and then I remember somebody commented and was like, I don't remember you ever being bullied. I remember it always being fun. Yeah, because you weren't the one being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just.
It's a situation of laughing with the person or laughing at them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I'm not gonna say I've never bullied anybody because making fun of somebody, obviously at some point that's bullying.
Yeah.
So,
regardless if it's even if you're just joking.
And I remember there's one situation that now as an adult it stuck with me because, as a kid. I want to say as a kid, it was in middle school. I wasn't the one doing it, but I was there and
not doing something
about it. So there was this girl who we were in school. I mean, there was this girl we were in middle school, and we had like those tables where that's four of you and you're facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
like in classroom,
where
all the desks were like in a square.
Yeah, they were in a square. So she went to the restroom, and there was this guy. I won't say his name. His name is Fabian. There's this guy who grabbed her backpack, stole her chocolate. She was very socially awkward.
That's just one of mine.
She stole her chocolate, and she had like a cream, and he grabbed the cream and he put it squeezed it all over like in her backpack. Closed it. He stole her thing, and she came back, and she had a fit, and then everybody was laughing, and at the time I was laughing, thinking like, oh my god, like, what did you guys do? Me thinking like I'm with the cool kids, and afterwards, like, she moved from schools. Actually,
was it a Josie Grossi kind of moment?
It was a Josie Grossi kind of moment. And,
guys, that movie always gets me.
I think that's why it gets me. So yeah too. But it's been a huge, like, always in the back of my head type of moment.
Regret.
Yeah, that I never did that I didn't do anything about it. And I've seen her. So she's really nice. I think we saw her at an event recently. And I always think about it, and I wonder, like, if she remembers about it. Like, I'm sure she does. It's probably like a bad core memory because she moved schools. Like, she left. Yeah. After that, she didn't come back.
Of course.
So I didn't see her again till we were in high school, and I was like in 7th grade when it happened, and then I didn't see her in high school not until like a sophomore year. And
you guys started going to the same school? High school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we started going to the same high school because
they joined.
Different. All these middle schools go to the same one, and and obviously I never brought it up to her. I mean, like I said, I wasn't the one who did it, but I was there, and I don't know. I've always been curious, and yeah, I'm sorry, but yes, I feel like
I think we've all been in situations like that where we don't mean to be participating because you just don't realize that you don't see yourself as being the bully because you're not the one intentionally doing the situation or the problem. But I mean, it's just a matter of like. Now we learn, we grow, but yeah, guys, I think just starts off when you're young. If you can teach your kids just to be nicer to everybody, I'm not saying they have to be, perfect little angels, but discipline, teaching them right from wrong, respect. I mean, we live in a world now where it's not your cookie cutter lifestyle, mom and dad and the boy and the girl and the cat and the dog and picket fence. Now it's like a variety of families and
everything
that the world is now, it's so different. So we just kind of need to learn to adapt to everybody's life.
And just be a better example to your kids and to
in general.
everybody. If you don't have kids, be a better example to your kids, if your friends,
your nieces,
kids,
your
to
friends,
your nieces, and nieces, nephews, like anybody who has kids around you, be a better example to them. And then just teach kids to be better, because it's bad when it's in school and then kids don't defend themselves. They don't know how to defend themselves. Adults don't defend themselves sometimes, and when they do, it kind of backfires on them sometimes. Because some adults don't know how to defend themselves in the right way.
It comes off aggressive.
Yeah.
Because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
Or also, and I know some people are going to be like, well, kids need to learn. Yes. But if the bully is completely being a bully all the time, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there shouldn't be a kids need to learn situation. Like someone we know once said they need to bring bullying back. But bullying never left. I feel like it's worse now than it was before.
And why would you even want that back?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, so crazy. When this situation was like not even mean, but there was this kid I know. When we were in school, he was gay, or he is gay, and I think he's the one that I've seen got bullied the most when we were in school. Now as an adult, he does a lot for the community, and he all of that. But when we were kids, in elementary, and in middle school, and he was bullied like a lot because he was what I was scared to be like. How I would say, like I was saying, like I tried to like not be so. I mean I was, people knew, but I tried not to like act it, and he didn't care. He was like openly gay and flamboyant or whatever, and he got made fun of and bullied about it so much. Him and I never hung out. We were never friends in school. But we had the same. We were like in the same circle. Like we had the same friends.
You obviously knew of each other, but you weren't friends.
Because we had the same friends. We were him and I were never friends. But it's sad because as it's another thing. Like as an adult, like it's still like kind of. I wonder if it lingers on him, where it's like, man, I remember when I was in school, people would do this and this and this and this, to me. But I don't know. It's just. I mean, to me, then it's like one person and it still lingers. Imagine him that it's like kind of.
It's funny that you bring that up because now that I almost forgot about this little kid. In elementary, there was a little boy. He was in middle school, but I know for an elementary for sure he was. His name was Jonathan. Very like thin, very very flamboyant.
Oh my god!
Very 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 flamboyant. And I remember one time, and he was always trying to be friends with me because I guess he knew, hey sis, hey girl,
boyfriend.
Well. They would tease him a lot. Like they would tease him a lot in high school, in middle school. Excuse me. I think he was I know it was in elementary. Excuse me, but I think he was in middle school for a while too. And then he switched schools or whatever. But I remember one time he was real pestering about let's hang out, let's play, and I don't know what. So I don't know how it happened that he ended up going to my house and we were like playing whatever. But he was so like feminine, and I'm not against that anymore, but at that time, I think because it was like an internal thing where I was trying to fight it.
Yeah.
And I knew, quote unquote, it was wrong. And he was so feminine that I had my G.I. Joes and this and that. And I don't know what triggered me at one point where I was like, yeah, stop. Like, because he was just being so girly and I wasn't used to that or whatever. But I felt bad afterwards because I realized that, he was the flamboyant kid and all that stuff. But yeah, the same situation where like we weren't really friends, but we knew each other. And that one time that I tried to hang out, like I just couldn't relate to him so much. I mean, now it would have been whatever, but that's just something like you grow up as a kid or something gets embedded in your head. Like, don't be like this, don't be like that. You can't like this, you can't like that. Yeah. So I think a little bit of that was at that time, little Pete was thinking like, oh no, you're too girly for me. Like I can't hang out with you. Or maybe it was like an internal thing, like you didn't want to like embrace it, Because I mean, my parents are perfect. I don't remember ever being told like, "Don't do that." That's not what boys do. I don't think I was ever specifically told that, or at least not that I remember. And thankfully, God blessed me with an open family, like throughout everybody. Nick, nobody's ever.
I know we got lucky, right?
We did. Both of us got really lucky with that. So shout out to our friends and family, our family that have been so accepting of us, and just being cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just me being worried that they're gonna see me hanging out with this little flamboyant kid, so automatically they're gonna tease me too.
Yeah.
Or making fun of me, like, oh, he wants to be your boyfriend or whatever, But yeah, I think the same thing. Like, I just should have been friends with him. But you're kids, you don't know any better. Yeah. But now as an adult, I do see. I mean, I won't mention names, but I do see friends of ours or acquaintances of ours on Facebook, for example, that we don't ever really hang out with. We know them, we socialize with them online.
Yeah.
But we don't ever hang out. And sometimes I've mentioned that to like, we should, have that person come over to the house, or we should go out and hang out with them and kind of I do feel like some people are a little social awkward like us. So maybe it would be cool to just kind of reach out and just do something, because they don't look like they're bar hoppers either. So, coffee or whatever.
Maybe now, because with this kid from school, I do wish that we were friends. Mm-hmm. And now I think about it, I do wish that we were friends in school, simply because I don't know, I just feel like he was more like a free bird. Like he just he didn't care. He gave two fucks. Like he gave two cares, no care in the world of what people thought of him. And if he did, he never actually show it. Mm-hmm. And I did. I cared a lot of what people thought about me, and we weren't friends. And I now want to say we weren't friends because he was he was too flamboyant for me. Mm-hmm. And then as an adult, we're not friends. I mean, we're acquaintances. We've had, we have the same like friends, and still we have the same friends, and we've, I don't want to say we've been to lunch or anything, but we've hung out like several times, like interacted, like situations where we've been with the same people, but we've never actually been friends. And I do wish that back then it would have been like different, because maybe it would have been a start for me where it's like, because I have a gay friend, maybe make more gay friends, because growing up and even now as an adult, I've never actually had gay,
like your core gay friends.
Yeah, I've never. And I mean, we've been together for almost 10 years, and I don't have gay friends. I have more like with girls, or like straight guys, or straight people, period. And I don't know what it is. It's just I felt like I've never actually clicked with like the gay crowd, and I do think it's because of me. Like, I think it's because
like you're self-sabotage.
Yeah,
you're self-conscious. Mm-hmm. You're everything.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I could have been different, but then again, I mean, I'm happy with who I am and what I do and whatever. And
and you know what? We're allowed to change as you grow.
Yeah.
I think the earlier anybody realizes that you shouldn't care what other people think and feel more confident about yourself, the easier life will get and the happier you'll be.
Yes, most definitely.
If everybody could learn that at such a young age, trust me, people would be so much happier overall. Mm-hmm. Like, they wouldn't give two shits about what anybody thinks, says, looks at them, whatever. And one quick thing that I'll bring up, as far as like not caring what people think, I give so much props to people who like just don't give a crap about anything out in public, because Eric will give me such a hard time to try to hold his hand in public.
He will not hold my hand.
And I have, for two reasons, or really just one reason wrapped up in, or two reasons wrapped up in one. I know his temper, and I know that he'll make some sort of comment and turn it into a whole situation. Just because somebody will give us a look or flat out say something, and he'll react the way he does. And I don't want to get into a whole mess in
No,
public.
if I'm telling him to hold my hand and I know that he's gonna, like, he's scared of it because of how I might react, don't you guys think I would avoid reacting that way because he finally held my hand? Of course I would avoid reacting any which way that he thinks. But I see people holding hands and stuff, and I literally am always like, hold my hand.
And I always go like this. I was like, grab by the pinky.
So then I like, I'll grab
like,
it.
grabs him like,
And then he's like,
man.
so I won't let it go. And then he's like,
Oh, that hurts.
There. That's what he does. But I mean, he'll hold my hand like in the car and then at home.
And it's
or whatever,
more about here in the valley, unfortunately. Like we're in the area.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's so close
because we
minded.
go even like San Antonio is 3 hours away, and
And
he'll hold his hand there.
I'll hold his hand there.
Anywhere.
In Puerto Vallarta.
Anywhere.
Anywhere
that's not
anywhere
where
that's
we're
not
at.
here in the valley. And I just feel like because we're so surrounded by, unfortunately, more closed-minded, traditional individuals, and maybe a majority of them might not care, but the few that will, I know, those are the ones we'll run into the most. And I'm just like, I don't want to get my day ruined. I just sort of try to avoid it. And it's unfortunate because I know everybody's going to be like, who cares? This, yeah.
Everybody does say, who cares?
But when you're in the situation, it's not going to be you're not going to feel good once, somebody says something that ruins your day.
If somebody says something, just the taser gun.
I always think, I hope you deserve the day I hope you get the
day you deserve.
Yeah.
Everybody, I hope you get the day.
So if you're being a jerk, that's
how
the day you should get.
From now on, this is official. From now on, we're going to be closing out the episode with, I hope you guys have the day you deserve.
Yes. So if you want to have a good day, be a good person. If you're going to be a jerk, you're going to have a bad day.
If you're going to be a bitch, you're going to have a bitchy day.
Yeah.
But with that, we will.
And then I smile.
I know. We'll be closing out our episode today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a good episode. We were able to kind of
have a little
venting session. We vented pretty well today. I feel like I vented pretty well with things I had kind of piled up. I did because
they're past.
A lot of things I don't talk about. There's things that I don't even mention because I'll think about them, but I don't even mention it to anybody. So it's good to kind of let things out here with you guys and with you, because like it's stuff that you don't know.
I mean, I know we've always talked about a lot of stuff, but maybe not in depth, or maybe not that certain story or whatever. So that's what we're here to kind of bring up things and discuss them, dissect them with you guys along the way, and hopefully, somebody gets something out of this in a good way. Yeah.
So comment down below. Let us know what you thought of today's episode. And if you made it this far, make sure you put the little mics. And let us know what else you guys would like for us to talk about. We have some topics in mind. Some of them are personal. Some of them are not. But we want to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Keep it lighthearted, but also touch on subjects that are important.
Yeah, very important. With that said, we will talk to you guys next Friday, but also tomorrow we will be having another episode or another video for our Vlogmas Day 7? Day 7 tomorrow.
6, 7, yes.
We will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.
Bye.